Hi, welcome to my next podcast, Short-Term Multitasking. Recently, during a coaching session, the topic of time management came up, and I asked the young manager if they multitask. All the time was the answer. How well does that work for you? I asked. Well, he thought about it for a moment and said, probably about 10% slower than if I didn't would be my guess. Okay, how about we test that? So got him to set up a table 31 columns wide and 3 columns deep, something like this. In the first column, just wrote down tasks 1, 2 and 3 and then left 30 blank squares afterwards. And then I gave him 3 tasks and said, the first task is to write your name repeatedly in the first row without any spaces. The second task is to write the numbers 1 to 30 in the second row. And the third task is to write the sentence, how good am I at multitasking really, without any spaces, in the third row. But you need to swap from one task to another after writing one letter. Something like this. As you can see on the screen, I've just been writing one part and then just switch over to the next task and so on, until eventually all 3 tasks are completed. So it looks something like the picture on the bottom of the screen. And I'll time how long it takes you to do it. So I noted the time and then got him to create a new grid, but gave him 3 new but similar tasks. The reason for choosing different tasks is that some people think that if you do the same task again, then there is a learn effect that you get because you just become better at doing the task because you've done it before. And that's true. So try to avoid that, just 3 separate different tasks. But I said that this time he was to complete task 1 completely, then do task 2, and finally task 3. His first task was to write the numbers from 1 to 30 backwards, and then write the sentence, and if you complete one task at a time, again without any blanks, and finally write down Tom and Jerry as often as you can without any blanks until the whole table is filled up, so that it looks like the table that we have at the bottom of the screen here. It took the manager 43% less time to complete the work when concentrating on one task at a time. And this is actually relatively normal. I've done this now quite a few times in group sessions, and gathering the results for the whole group, most people are about 40 to 50% quicker when they are doing one task at a time rather than trying to multitask all 3 tasks at the same time. Try it for yourself. At the end of this podcast, go back to the post. There's a link there for a PDF file that you can just print out so you can try it yourself. Why does short-term multitasking not work very well? Well, our cognitive brains can really only work on one task at a time. When we attempt to do short-term multitasking, what we actually do is get our brains to switch from one task to another. And every time that we switch between tasks, the brain needs to rediscover where we are and decide what needs to be done next, and then actually do it. The more complex the task, and the less experience that we have with doing it, the harder it is for our brains to rediscover where we were and what needs to be done next. And it is all this switching between one task that costs us the extra time that we wouldn't be losing if we were concentrating on one task at a time all the way through to the end. Thank you very much for your time today. If you would like me to keep you up to date on all my courses, special offers, and of course my latest podcast, please request my info mail. You can request my info mail at the bottom of my homepage on growthforstartups.com. Remember to also download the PDF and print it out and test how well you do at multitasking. I would love to hear your results. I'll speak to you next week about the benefits of longer-term multitasking. Thanks very much for your time today. Look forward to speaking to you then. Take care. Bye-bye.